International Women's Day, and it seems significant that today we've seen calls in Sydney for what have been dubbed pink carriages, train carriages to be used at night by women and children only to protect them from being assaulted by men.
I think a lot of women are concerned about travelling on public transport at night. The fact is that men don't experience sexual assault at anywhere near the rates that women do.
While assaults on trains in New South Wales happen at a relatively low rate of 0.3 incidents per 100,000 passenger journeys, there were 203 reports of sexual assault and other sexual offences in 2010. During weekdays, you're most likely to be victimised in the afternoon between 3 and 6:30 p.m, while on weekends it's in the evening between 6:30 p.m and 2 a.m. And it's women between 18 and 29 that are most likely to be victims. The answer to this insidious problem, some believe, is the introduction of special pink carriages, exclusively for women and children to travel in between 7 p.m and midnight.
What we're very keen to do is give women and children a safe place to be when they're most vulnerable.
It may sound incredible, or it may sound like common sense, given it's already in practice in Brazil, Japan, Taiwan, Indonesia, Egypt and India.
Late at night, I can see that it would probably increase maybe a sense of safety.
I don't think it's a necessary thing to do.
I guess it just depends. More security has to be implemented maybe into the train system.
I just got off a train and it said, you know, if you feel threatened or, you know, move to another carriage. But that's not going to help you if you've got 5 guys behind you.
I don't actually believe the answer is having women-only carriages. The answer is to wind back the whole pornographication of our society.
To claim that this is a sexualisation of the issue is absolutely absurd. It's naive and it's just an attempt to throw their hands up and say, well, there's nothing more we can do about it.
If we actually have to segregate women and men on our public transport system in order to maintain safety for our women and our children, as a society, we need to be doing far more to end violence against women.
So, could pink carriages allow women to feel safe on public transport? Or do they fail to address the real problem at the heart of this issue?
Eden Riley's a freelance rider, a mother, and rides the trains and is with us now. Eden, what do you think of this idea?
I don't like it. I don't really agree with it at all, and I think it's a band-aid. You know, I was in India last year, and in India they do have a women's-only carriage. You know, I was there being a blogger for World Vision, and we all got on the women's-only carriage, and I did feel safe when I was on there. I mean, as we all know, there's many rapes and sexual violence and attacks against women in India, and I just think that it's kind of sequestering women away.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Eden, but if it was 11 o'clock and you were catching the train and a group of drunk guys got on, would you be inclined to use the pink carriage?
Yes, you know, of course I would get it on, but I'd have to actually sit there first with the drunk guys and feel very uncomfortable, especially if they made kind of things, and do I call the police or am I overreacting? Then I might feel safe on the carriage, but then I'd hop off the carriage and then it's, you know, I'm by myself again.
Is it? I mean, it may not be a complete answer, but isn't it a step in the right direction? At least over the course of your entire journey, you do feel safe for at least a small part of it.
Yeah, look, honestly, I really don't agree. Why should women have to kind of separate themselves in the community? I mean, I have 2 sons who, you know, obviously I adore, and I teach them that women are more than boobs, that women are not objects, and I think we live in a society where the objectification and sexualisation of women is so prevalent that we're just all used to it, and I really disagree with this.
I agree with you, Eden. I find it weird to think in Australia, I'd go travel overseas and say, yeah, we ride women in one carriage and men in another. Like, it seems so bizarre, but yet I am fearful when I ride trains at night. So it's quite conflicting.
Yes.